I'm presenting the results of the phase 1b portion of CARTITUDE-1, which is a study of JNJ-4528, which is an anti-BCMA CAR-T therapy for relapsed refractory multiple myeloma. JNJ-4528 is a BCMA-directed CAR-T, but it's got something, it's specifically different from other CAR-Ts in that it has two BCMA-targeting single-chain antibodies, which are designed to confer avidity. And this is the exact same construct that was used in the LEGEND-2 study. The other difference is that the dose of the CAR-T here is quite low. The median dose administered was 0.72 times 10 to the 6 CAR-viable T cells per kilogram. We enrolled 29 patients in the phase 1b portion. These were heavily pretreated patients with median prior lines of therapy of 5. 86% were triple refractory. We saw no unexpected safety signals. CRS events were common, but only 2 patients had grade 3 or higher CRS. Interestingly, the median onset to CRS was 7 days, which is quite later than seen in other BCMA products. Neurotoxicity was infrequent. Only 1 patient had CRS, neurotoxicity grade 3 or higher. Cytopenias were common as expected, but it was rare to see cytopenias beyond 60 days. And patients didn't really have any unexpected infections to note. JNJ-4528 was very effective with 100% overall response rate and 86% stringent complete remission rates and 97% greater than or equal to VGPR at a median follow-up of 11.5 months. There were 16 patients in complete remission that were eligible for MRD testing, and of those, 81% were MRD negative at 10 to the minus 5 or better. And 69% of patients were MRD negative 10 to the minus 6. The progression-free survival at 9 months was 86%. And based on this data, JNJ-4528 has received breakthrough designation by the FDA. The phase 2 portion has fully enrolled, and the phase 2/3 studies are underway. I think one of the things that everyone is expecting is durability of these responses, and I think for that, I think you want to wait a little longer. But I suspect that at least the phase 2 portion of CARTITUDE-1 in particular will be presented at an upcoming meeting soon, mostly because the FDA has agreed to look at this data sooner rather than later, and I think it behooves us to actually put it out there. We may not have the long-term data for the phase 2, but we will have even a much longer follow-up for these patients. Because the phase 2, this was not a true phase 1 in the sense that there was no dose escalation. We were just actually testing the dose that was sort of informed by the LEGEND-2 study. So even the phase 1b patients all got treated with the same dose as the patients in the phase 2. So it'll just be an aggregate of all the patients. The phase 2/3 studies that are actually starting are more looking at different indications earlier in the course of therapy of myeloma patients, different subsets like high-risk patients, even up front, etc. So those will be completely different studies. I truly believe that this data is strong enough that I think JNJ-4528 is a strong candidate to be one of the first BCMA-directed CAR-Ts approved for multiple myeloma, and I believe it will be revolutionize the treatment of these patients. I think there's a lot of hope out there that these will work. One of the things I do want to say is that the median onset of 7 days to CRS and really any toxicity is very different from the other CAR-T products. And so the hope here is that maybe this can be given as an outpatient and only admit a small select percentage of patients that have higher grade toxicity. And I think that will open it up to potentially more patients.